Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 10, Episode 3. In this, the final episode of this mini volume, we are going to round out our viewer submission puzzles with one that is a little bit different. It's a relative of Nurikabe, which we've done here before. You can go back in the archives and see the rules for that if you want a warm-up before doing this one that's slightly different. And a quick solving note for those of you who solve along, there is a single link in the description that contains several puzzles. The puzzle that we're using as the example is labeled Small Easy, and the puzzle that we are going to try to solve together is labeled Small Hard. And this is a puzzle that really can only be solved digitally, which is unusual for us because normally we do things that are pencil puzzles, even though we solve them on the computer. But you'll see why as we take a closer look at the rules. In Polykobe, we will shade some sides of the polyhedron such that all shaded cells form one orthogonally connected area. Okay, so here is where things are a little odd for us. We are going to have a polyhedron presented to us that we can't, in this example, see all of because it is a 3D shape. We will be able to click and drag and rotate this around to see the other sides of it. But we are going to end up with all the shaded cells being connected along their edges somehow around this polyhedron. Clues cannot be shaded and represent the size of the orthogonally connected unshaded area they are within. So this 2 is within a 2-cell region, the 1 is by itself. Every unshaded area has exactly one clue. We can't have any unshaded regions that don't contain a clue, nor can we have 2 clues within the same region. And around any vertex, at least one cell must be unshaded. So that takes the place of the 2x2 square rule in a normal Nurikabe. So this would be an example right here where we can't have this cell shaded because then we would have all 4 cells around this vertex would be shaded. The reason it's phrased like that is we might have some vertices around the polyhedron that don't have 4 edges. They might have 3 or potentially even more than that. So this one, for example, the rule would prevent all 3 of these from being shaded. Those are the rules of Polykobe, so it's time to solve a puzzle. This puzzle was created by Mark Silverman. Okay, so in a Nurikabe puzzle, I first look for little numbers, and we've got some 1s here, and so I can bound in those with shaded cells. Scanning around, I don't see any other ones. That's going to be a tricky thing, as I can't always see all the things at all times. We do know that we can shade the cells in between 2 unshaded clues, in between 2 clues, because we can't possibly unshade that without them being connected. This cell can't be reached by any clue, so that must be shaded. And what else do we have? We've got this 2 that goes to one of these 2 directions. I don't think that tells me anything. Often in a Nurikabe, there would be a cell in between that I could then shade, but that's not the case here. We don't really have anything that is any shaded regions that are trapped as such that need to grow. So I think probably it's going to come down to this 12. So it could potentially come up and visit this space, but it can't go any further. So it's going to have to come out this way. And then what? It could go down to here, here, here. So it could stretch out this way. Okay, so I guess I'm going to use I've been trying to have this look like the actual solid, but I do have this perspective slider I can use to see more of the puzzle at the expense of realism. So I'm going to see what happens if I dial that down to basically unfold this. It's going to look real trippy as I do this, but I think that's going to help me with this big 12 region, because I want to see where it could go. How much room do we have? 1, 2, well, again, we know that it could visit that one. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's actually is a lot of room. Maybe there's a reachability thing? So can this cell be reached by a clue? Can't be reached by either of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, even disregarding the fact that that would box in the 5, that can't be done. But of course, by looking at it, I lose sight of where I was talking about. It was this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, you can't get there. So that cell is shaded. That is good, because that means this one's unshaded. And where does that come from? It's going to have to connect to the 12. It can't reach anything else. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, disregarding the size of the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to have to be pretty direct in getting to that 12. So we're going to have to make room for 5 in the middle. This is going to have to... So if this went this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that blocks off this one. 6. The 5 has to go this way. We can't be next to it. 7. We can't make room for the 5 if we do that. So this is going to go down this way. 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is the most room we could possibly give this 5, and I think we have to do that, because this 5 clue, it can't go any more than that distance here toward this cell, and it can't go more than this distance toward that one. And yeah, so we have to have this 12 take up the biggest possible path to make room for the 5, which is this, like so. And let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is forced. So we can shade the ones next to that. And lo and behold, all we have room for are 5 cells here. So that was the big deduction. So I'm going to bring this back to reality here. So what we've got is this 12 region coming all the way around here, the 5 there. So what we're left with are just this little area where we need both these 2 clues to work out. And how are they going to do that? Well, neither of them can reach this cell. So that one's shaded. And immediately what that does is gives us a vertex here that we need to have an unshaded cell around. That finishes off this 2. And another vertex here that needs an unshaded cell, which gives us another 2. And checking the entirety of this polyhedron, everything has been accounted for. So we're going to click the button that says check solution and see. And with a big flare, we get confirmation that's correct. So that is how we solve a Polykobe.